Hello, my little beauties. I'm actually winging it a little bit here, so I'm gonna really need your help in the comments to try and help me through. I've got a bit of an ambitious project, and it's just me on my own, sat here with my cup of tea inside my little broom cupboard with the tumble dryer sat behind me. And what I'm going to try and do is try and get some reactions for some people from you lot and try and upload them as videos as we're going. Now, I don't know if my sound's alright, I don't know if my camera's alright, because to be honest with you, I'm a man and I just can't multitask. So I'm going to need you to let me know in the chat exactly how it's going, and just we'll sort of go from there. But basically, for those of you that don't know, we're just trying to rebuild a lot of the content back up on this channel. Thank you very much, Ian. It's all coming through. So we're trying to get some videos from a few of you to come in and give your opinion, so as we can sort of get some instant reaction. If you've watched the other review, you know what Gio thinks, you know what Charlie thinks, and you know what I think of what happened in today's game. And I've got to say, I've calmed down a little bit. I think I've maybe the point's not quite so bad. Maybe because it's because I'm looking forward to watching the rugby and the boxing. I don't know, but do you know what? We get on with it. I think we just get on with it, and we look forward to hopefully some additional players coming in, some players coming back from injury, and hopefully bigger and better things. I think I probably laboured the point in the review, saying that I thought we needed a few more technical players to get our system up and working again. So for what Pellegrini wants to do, we just need a few more technical players, because just think at the moment, particularly Gio mentioned players like Antonio, they're struggling. They're struggling with a tippy-tappy, with all the technical stuff, which is obviously what our manager's philosophy is. Right, now what's happened is after the game today, I've asked a couple of people to send in some videos so as I can share them with you. Now, I'm going to try and do it now, because we instantly have got Tom and we have got Scotty D. You would have recognised them from the previous game, which was a good game, really, wasn't it? That was the win against Burnley. So we're not expecting anything quite so upbeat this time. But I want to share their videos with you, and then I want to get your comments in the comment section after they've had their little say, and I want to find out what you think of the game, and then we'll just sort of share it with everybody. So I've got Gary Page in the chat, I've got Bonzo Button, Dean Felton, we have got Aladdin Sane, that's an interesting name, we've got Tom, and we've got James Gunn. So thank you very much for tuning in. What I'm going to do now, and you'll have to excuse me because this is a little bit disorientating, not only can I see myself on the screen, which is just weird, I can hear myself through these headphones. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to switch over, and I am going to play you what Tom has got to say. I think he talks for 3 minutes, then we'll cut back to me, and then we'll go to Scotty D, and then we'll find out what you have got to say.
Hi guys, just Tom here with a very quick reaction to today's game. Just finished Huddersfield 1, West Ham 1. Totally deflated with you, to be honest with you. That's the word I'd use to describe this, deflating. Frustrating, disappointing as well. Why does this football club do it to us? It's done it for years and years and years. It really is the West Ham way. When we finally go into a game where we feel like, you know, we're expecting something today. We're expecting not only a brilliant performance, but we're expecting a convincing win. And they go and put in a performance like that. I thought that was really poor today. It really was. Huddersfield were great value. I thought they were excellent. They really worked hard today, and they really pressed us. They really harried us, and we didn't have an answer for it at all, really. We really struggled to deal with that, and we looked shaky defensively in large spells today. I thought Diop, who, I'm a massive fan of Diop, and I'm not criticising him too heavily here, but it probably was his worst game in a West Ham shirt, because I thought he looked suspect at times today, and he looked shaky himself. But like I say, I'd say that's probably just a one-off from him, because we've seen no evidence of it in the past. So just one of them games for him, I think. But we've really got to start taking 3 points at places like this if we're to stay in touching distance with the top 10. It was a great opportunity for us today, and it was a really good opportunity for us to get back-to-back wins in a long time, and it's just frustrating we've not took that opportunity, really. I'll try and take a couple of positives out of it. I'm not feeling too good about it at the moment, but I will try and take a couple of positives. Those probably being that at least we've come away with a point when we probably didn't deserve one. That's a good sign that we can go and do that. The other being Felipe Anderson, really. Although his performance levels didn't hit the heights of Burnley, he got himself another goal. Great finish too, to be honest with you. He's hit it in the one place he needed to. There was a lot of bodies in the way there. So that was great to see. That's 3 and 2 for him now. So it's on to the next one, really. Disappointing, but yeah, could have been worse. Come on, you irons.
Thank you very much for that, Tom. Did that work? I hope that worked. Did we all hear what Tom had to say? I think we did, because this is really good. If I can get this technology working, and it ain't easy if you're thick like me, and we're not technically minded, certainly. If we can get this technology working, then we can start getting your opinions on the show and just start working it around, and because this is what we want. We don't want to listen to Robbie Savage or whoever else. In fact, we're not even on the telly, so they're probably not even talking to us. We want to talk about West Ham, and that's what we want to do here. We want to hear what you've got to say about West Ham. Thank you, James. It did work. That's fantastic. I want to say thank you, Gary. Gary, if you don't know, Gary often features in our videos as well. He sends in your shout videos. But the nice thing is, released 2-3 minute clips. We can give you little snippets, little people's opinion. I mean, he seemed a bit depressed, didn't he, Tom? And he did try to act positive towards the end. But I want to thank Tom very much. I want to thank everybody that sends these videos in very much. It's not easy doing a video, filming yourself. You feel like a bit of a knob sometimes, quite frankly, but I do appreciate it, and people always do respond well, and people want to hear other fans' opinions, because if you're feeling happy about something, you just know other people are going to be feeling happy. If you're feeling frustrated, there's going to be other people feeling frustrated. So thank you very much. I've got Scotty D coming up in a second, but I just want to touch on maybe what Tom was saying there, which was, you know, to take the positives. And he spoke about Anderson. You've heard what I think about Anderson, so I'll be very interested to know what you lot think about Anderson, and we'll go through if we build up a bit of live chat there, and I can go through the comments after we've heard Scotty. Just up to now, I'll just go through what people are saying in the group chat right now. It's Aladdin says that Antonio was shocking again. Don't know why. He's basically, they're still persevering with him. He's clearly out of form and no confidence. He does seem like a very different player, doesn't he, mate? So that one who was sort of ripping it up, certainly in our last season at Upton Park, when he got into the team, when we'd signed him from Nottingham Forest, £7.5 million, I think. And I think possibly our first season at the London Stadium, he got an injury, didn't he? But when he started to play right back and different positions, I wonder if that knocked him a little bit. Ian Cook, Diop had a shocker of a game today. Not himself at all. Got to agree with Tom's views, which is great. Not only agreeing with Tom's views, whether you do, whether you don't. I'm pleased you heard Tom's views, because as I say, it's a lot of buttons to push. First off, we were very poor. We certainly were, Ian. And second half was better. Still not what we expected. Yeah, I mean, we did expect a little bit more, didn't we? So, do you know, West Ham's a funny old thing, because I did a prediction at the start of the season, did a prediction for a couple of people, and for our own channel, of course. And I think I predicted us to win the League Cup, but we forget about that. But I thought we'd finish. I did two predictions. One was 11th, one was 13th. So really, where are we at the moment? It's pretty much what I was expecting, but it sucks you in. You know, you score 4 goals, your record signing scores a couple. The new lad from the academy starts to play well, and Arnie scores, and you start to get sucked in. You start to think, is this a different West Ham? But it's not. It's the same West Ham. But I guess we battled back and we got a point. But I just don't think a battling point against Huddersfield was really what we were expecting. Tom's been saying he has been slagging off Anderson as much as anyone this season, but he's capable of scoring a brace on a regular basis for us at his best. Excuse me, Tom. How often do we see his best, though? He's inconsistent. As I said before, I think we're going to have to learn to love him. We got Connor there, evening. Dean says he thinks Anderson is getting a bit too much stick. He believes he'll be worth the 40 million we paid. Gary says we need to give Anderson as long as it takes. He is trying. He's definitely trying. Sometimes he just tries the wrong things, Gary. Right, excuse me. I'm going to put these disorientating earmuffs on for the last time. And I am going to play you what Scotty D has got to say, reporting live from his shed. I've heard a lot about his shed. He comes down the boats, Scotty, and he talks about he disappears to his shed at night. Crikey. It's going well, isn't it? He disappears out to his shed at night to do West Ham related stuff. And so now I see the shed for the first time. He's reporting from his shed. Last time he reported from the Carpenters. He was the Carpenters correspondent. Now he's the shed correspondent. It's like Alan Titchmarsh. For some reason, got a mattress behind him. I think he's been kicked out. I think that's where he's spending the night. Over to you, Scotty D.
Right. Good evening, hammers and hammerettes. Scotty D here, just giving my 2 pennies after today's game against Huddersfield. Firstly, I missed the first half completely. Got stuck out shopping, doing life. Managed to get back in time for the second half. From what it sounds like, I didn't miss very much, which was fortunate, I guess. See a lot of people saying that they're not going to get that 45 minutes back of their life. So maybe not the worst half of football to miss entirely. Second half, from what I saw at least, I thought it was much better than the first. Again, just going off what I've heard, I thought there was some real attacking intent substitutions from Pellegrini at half-time to kind of really try and go for the game and get the 3 points. I think that taking off Gonzo was perhaps the right call. I had a few people on Twitter tell me that he was being muscled off the ball in the first half and couldn't really cope with the physicality of the Huddersfield defence. So I think putting Snodgrass out wide initially and bringing Chicharito on almost proved fruitful from the off, really. I think he had a really good chance, kind of got it stuck between his feet, couldn't get the ball over the goalkeeper, and then the header just went over the bar, which was a little bit unfortunate. But I think we started to grow into the game more and more. It was kind of saying to myself that we need to get one back by the 70th minute if we're going to have a chance of winning the game. And then we kind of got to the 70th and still nothing had happened, and then kind of come the 75th minute, ball scrambles in the box, wondering who's going to put it in. I think Chicharito had one chance, Antonio had another, and then just a pure excellent finish, first time on the turn from Anderson, put it right in the roof of the net, top bins. Absolutely delighted. I was running and dancing around the room at that point, and thought we could push on and get a victory. We had the ball cleared off the line at one point and a few chances that should have been taken. But I think just to wrap up, I think in order for us to really push forward in January, we really need to strengthen in midfield, especially in the summer. Someone with a bit of strength, bit of creativity, can pick a pass, and I think then we'll start to see the most of our front line. Just to kind of wrap it up, I guess I'll end it with a question. Would you put Mark Noble back into the centre next week? I think for me, yeah, I think we need his kind of leadership and vision and just experience in the middle at times. So for me personally, go back into the side next week. But hey, we won last week, so today's still a good point, especially with the games we've got coming up. Nice easy one next. But anyway, that's me just wrapping up. So enjoy the rest of your weekend and come on, you Irons.
Hey, thank you very much. Now I'm going to take these horrible headphones off my ears. Right, okay, so that's your question, really, isn't it? Does Noble go back into the team? I would just try and quantify that by saying that did Snodgrass get a booking? If he did, I think that's it. I think Noble's in the team anyway. But let's pretend he's not. Would Noble get back into that team today? I think Gary has already alluded to it. He was dancing around the room. Scotty D was dancing around the room, and he cut his shopping trip in half. I wonder if that's why he's been kicked out in the shed to sleep with his new mattress, his new unwrapped mattress. It was either a mattress or a radiator. I'm thinking mattress or a very tall radiator. I don't know. We would like to know, certainly. But listen, thanks again, mate, for sending that in. Get used to seeing these guys. They're going to be sending their videos. I just think it breaks it up really nicely. And this is called the Hammers Chat Forum channel for a reason. The initial concept was to, because we run a forum, there it is up there, wherever, hammerschat.com, was to get you guys involved. It's about getting opinions from you and new ideas and just if anyone's got a concept. Crikey, look what's happened to Canning Town Len with his dodgy drawings and funny voices and all the rest of it. Anyway, let's get back. The original question before was how you felt about Anderson. So we now thank you very much once again, guys, just finally for sending those in. That's brilliant. Let's work our way through the comments and find out what some of you in the chat are thinking. So, Dean Felton says, I bet if you were offered a point before the game today, I think you'd take it. I wouldn't have done, Dean. I would not have taken that. I don't know if you responded to me or a comment before. I wouldn't have taken a point. I thought we were going to thrash them, if the truth be known. And I quite frankly, I'm all right. I'm safe here with you lot. You're me mates. I'm safe with you lot. I don't want to go into the other comments on the other channel, because I think there'll be Huddersfield fans on there saying nasty stuff after the Tottenham game. I've got a ton of stick, a proper ton of stick. Nasty things about me glasses and me lack of hair and all the rest of it. Nasty comments, but you know what? It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, they have still got a logo with a cock on top of a ball, and that's worse than having not many teeth, 4 eyes, and your hair falling out. Well, I think so. Anyway, Frankie, he says today proved just how important Lanzini is to us, especially in this Pellegrini setup. I love that he's going to be an integral part. He's being apparently back in February. My birthday, so get your presents in early. Do you know what I mean? You've got to start saving up to buy me a present for February. It's a big one. I mean, he's going to be like a birthday present for Pellegrini, isn't he? Pellegrini's going to love the way Lanzini plays. I think he's only going to have about 2 years left on his contract coming into the season, so that's something we need to deal with, as well as Declan Rice's, which I don't know if you saw. We had a video on the channel earlier that was Carl, and I think he alluded to us paying a lot for Nasri and that taking money out of the pot for it was Carl, was it Carl? Or was it Fordy yesterday? I can't remember, one of the two, but they alluded to the fact that he didn't want money coming out of the pot that could go to Rice's wages. We need to get Rice tied down, and I think Lanzini needs to get a new contract as well. We do miss him, I totally agree. Anderson was much better than Arnie today, says James Gunn. I would agree with that, certainly. Towards the end, I thought he grew into the game, and you can't discount what was a wonderful goal and a beautiful finish. That'll do for us. Bonzo Button says our inconsistency is frustrating. We really need a striker to rival Arnie. For a cheaper price, you go for Wood from Burnley. Well, I don't know about Wood from Burnley, even though he's caused us trouble, but I do think I would be looking to bring in another striker to give us something different. Thank you for the compliment, Tom. Connor says he thinks things will improve over time. Pellegrini's still building his team. I agree. And he feels he's making do with the likes of Antonio and Cresswell. Maybe he's not making do with Cresswell. He's got 2 left-backs there. Clearly, Cresswell is the chosen one at present. What else have we got there? Okay, excuse me. I've just scrolled down a little bit too fast. What have we got? Same with Arnie. Sorry, Growing Perspective said that Arnie was crap after a few games, and I think he's making reference to Anderson there. Solon, who is a frequent watcher of our stuff, so welcome to you, my friend. Said it was a good experience for us. Huddersfield plays similar to the big teams, which he means by the pressing, very mobile in the middle of the park. We didn't match their quick moving midfielders. We didn't match their midfielders at all. We didn't seem to have any midfielders. Crikey, Tom. Oh dear. Listen, my wife wouldn't agree with what you said there about me rambling. By the way, she's cooking dinner at the moment. Chicken. We've got chicken. I'm on a bit of a diet. I'm cutting out the carbs. I've got to cut out the carbs. I did before. I lost a stone. Then I put them all back on. I think I had 3 takeaways last week. Oh, crikey. Tasty, but bad. Anyway. Catalin, I don't understand what you're saying. Sorry, not without the translator there, but you're very welcome. And I said something rude about me. Of course, in which case you're not very welcome. James Gunn says 4 Premier League goals in 12 games is decent. It's pretty short. Anderson only scored 4 times in the whole of last season for Lazio. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. Yeah, I mean, there's some really interesting. He definitely thinks, Dean Felton says, definitely thinks we need more in midfield, more help for Arnie. He said it's a good point. 10th to 8th is a good target and maybe a cup run. And yes, bring back Noble. So now we're getting on to the answers to the Noble dilemma. I mean, how long has Noble got at West Ham? You know, is he? I mean, obviously, I would hope he would stay here for the rest of his career and go into coaching. Maybe one day manager. Who knows? But how long? If we, in the current setup, how long has he got as an automatic starter in the first team? Maybe we don't think he should be an automatic starter in the first team. I'll tell you what, I do think we've missed him though, from my own point of view. Tom says on that, Noble back, but only because we don't have anybody else. Snoddy did get booked, apparently. Thank you, Bonzo. Ian Cook has posted something, and then he's taken a post down. I wonder what that said. Anyway, Tom said, I slept through the first half. He had a dream that we lost 3-1. I think he's being serious. He woke up and it was 1-0. We kept pushing forward. And do you know what? I do find sometimes when you're at home and you're on the sofa and it's all comfy and you get a game like that, I must admit I've fallen asleep during games before. And during that first half I was struggling, but I went and I've got a coffee machine in there, makes quite strong coffee, and I did perk myself up at half time. Unlike the players, no, they did a little bit. They could have done with my coffee machine though at the start of the first half. Ian Cook says we need Nobes back, especially with Snoddy being suspended. Reckon he might in January if we're still shite, says James Gunn. I don't know the context there. I think he's having a chat with Dean Felton there. Snoddy didn't look too sharp, says Tom. Man United's rumour may have unsettled him. Are we talking about? What are we talking about? Are we talking about Arnautovic there? Thoughts on the rugby? Let me watch it. I've not watched it because the West Ham thing. Listen, I'm on. Jump on the forum, ask me on the forum, start a thread on there, or have a look on social media. What was my name? At Gonzo Big Nose. The Gonzo is in capitals. At Gonzo, little letters, Big Nose. Ask me on that. Let me watch it. I'm going to watch the rugby. It's replayed at 7. I got it on the record, on the thing, and then I'm watching the boxing tonight. Tony Bellew. What do you think? Anyway, you either like boxing or you don't. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I feel about that anyway. But I do love me rugby. I do love me rugby. So what do we got? Don't let Tottenham get under your skin, Gonzo. I don't. Their new sister club is MK Dons. I don't let them get under my skin, Tom. It's just whenever we play them, I probably wind them up a bit, so I'm probably a bit guilty there, and then I get lots of nasty comments. I can take it, mate. Listen, you put yourself... Excuse me. Let me clear that out there, otherwise I'm going to struggle. You put yourself on video and you put yourself out there, be it video, website, right, blogs. You put yourself out in a public domain, you're going to get some stick. You can't have too thin a skin. You just can't. It's fine. And do you know what? Look at all you lovely people, and everyone says such nice things. You get 200-300, people saying something nice. You might get one person that says something nasty. So it's water off a duck's back. I don't mind, and hopefully I don't get too wound up. I'll try and answer it with a bit of humour. Right, it's Victor Fenn. Hello, mate. Too many average players. That's why we get average results. We have got some average players. Kojo says we still have Jordan Hugill, scored twice today. In case you don't know, Ryan Bertrand in January. Anyone, says James Gunn. Rupert, you can't mention rugby here. You can. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just not going to go into details because I've not watched it, and obviously we are talking about West Ham. You mention what you want here. This is fine. This is fine. Look, there's nobody else around. Just us lot, you and me, and my dinner's being cooked out there. Just shout. You're here. You're probably here. Oh, your dinner's ready. Something like that. Your chicken with no potatoes is ready. What we got? Gary would put Masuaku on the wing. I think that's a fair shout. I think that is a fair shout, mate. Hugel scored 2 to Borough. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that's fine. We know that. There's Stephen Spraggs. Stephen Spraggs is Cockney Hammer. Bowling Badges. Go and look on Bowling Badges, his website. All this sort of thing, enamel badges, and all the West Ham badges from all the supporters groups, and he's done really well. He's also an archivist. It is archived. Him and Nigel Khan do so much for West Ham historically, how they archive everything. If you have not seen Nigel Khan's video, I think I retweeted it last night. Nigel Khan has done a video of hammers that went and fought in the war. West Ham players went and fought in the war. It's a bit lump in the throat stuff. We're lost in the war, and yeah, quite sad. But yeah, Stephen, who's in the chat, and Nigel do so much to archive West Ham's history, and they keep all the pictures of all the old stuff, the Thames Ironworks stuff, the early West Ham stuff, and they're forever posting pictures and historical stuff, and they're just. It's people like that keep the history of the club alive, which is particularly important, bearing in mind what's happened to us in recent years, having moved. So anyway. Welcome, my old son. Where are we? Where in the team would Lanzini come in? That's a very, very good debate. I put him in centrally. I mean, he plays centrally. He's a number 10. No wide stuff. I mean, look, at the moment we're playing with, let's say, 3 central midfielders. They don't all have to be defensive. You know, one of them can be more forward, and he is our most talented player. I think you get Lanzini in the team, you play with a number 10. I don't think that's bad at all. Imagine Lanzini there, just in the current formation. So say you had 2 behind, right? So you had, for instance, what we have at the moment. Let's say you had Declan Rice behind and you had Noble as a 2, just sat in front of the back 4, and then you had Lanzini there, and then maybe, you know, Anderson, and then as it is Diangana or Yarmolenko on his back there. Yeah, there's things that you can do, but Lanzini walks straight back into our team. Snap up Ryan James. Who's Ryan James? Anyway. What else we got? Snoddy on fit for 60 minutes, says Gary. Very serious 9 AM start. CST. What's that? That's a time. What time is that? What time is that? What are you saying, Tom? Anyway, what are we doing? Just don't answer any comments. Sorry, Gary. I'm really trying here. Oh blimey, I'm not answering that one. Mitchell. Who would I sign in January if I was manager? Oh, I don't know. That's a good one. That's a good one. It's got to be someone. Do you know what? We get linked with these two. The problem is central midfield, and we've been linked with Danny Drinkwater, and we've been linked with Ruben Loftus-Cheek this week. Not bad shouts, to be fair. Either again would get into our team. So anyway, we're getting towards the end now, people. What we got? Obiang did not look happy at all with his substitution. What do I think? I didn't see it, but I have heard. I have heard that he wasn't. No one's got a divine right to be in that team. I would say that most of the team were pretty poor today, apart from Fabianski. There were periods in that time where we sort of lacked any effort. So that nobody has got. It's not like Obiang dominated the game. I mean, so nobody has got the right to throw a strop. Having said that, it's hard. I mean, my kids. I've been to 2 matches today. Both my kids played football today. Just at the park and all the rest of it. And I've watched 2 sets of kids' teams. No one's happy when they get subs. They just aren't. So. I guess it's fair. I guess it's fair enough, isn't it? Kojo, are there any other kids coming through who are worth putting on the bench? Listen, Kojo, you obviously you can't have watched a lot. I'm a big fan of Nathan Holland. Everyone's sort of going, I'm not boring us with Nathan Holland again. Nathan Holland's a really good player. Nathan Holland's been really unlucky. He got injured last time under David Moyes, who really liked him. When we were decimated by injury. He was going to go in the team, he got injured. Then this season he's been injured again. He would have gone into the team ahead of Diangana, and Diangana's done well, and he's come in, he's made the thing his own. But at the start of the season, Rice and Holland were the only 2 that were from the younger ones that were given like locker pegs in the changing rooms. Do you know what I mean? He's trained loads of times with the first team. He's very, very talented, very taken, run really quickly with the ball, great from set plays, great crosser of the ball, got a really good shot, technically very good. Nathan Holland is the next one to come through. He's been very unlucky with injuries, but he stayed positive throughout. He stayed very, very positive throughout, mate. What have we got? Okay, so we've got people having a little conversation in there between themselves. Stephen has actually put a link in to his Bowling Badges website. It's in the chat. Have a click. Just have a look. Have a look. He's done it really well. He's done a lovely job there. And as I say, somebody has got to look after the history of West Ham because, well, let's be fair, the owners don't really, do they? Victor Venn said we'll get better given time. I think we all agree. And more players. You know, we signed a lot of players, but there's still a lot of players that aren't Pellegrini's players. I like Pellegrini. Standard time, Central Standard Time, middle of USA. Thank you very much. Okay, so okay, I get it. I get it now. Hello, Gonzo says Stifler. Russell, hello, matey boy. Listen, growing perspective. Don't get involved in all that. Oh blimey, it's all getting a bit feisty there. Obiang was pissed off coming off, and that's a good thing. Yes, I guess he was. Didn't play well today, but we got a point. He loves Holland. He does look great. He certainly does, Andy, mate. How are you? I saw you in the old on Twitter earlier. Old school Paul. What are my thoughts on Pellegrini? I think I've just said them, mate. I'm patient with him. Here's my point. I've been moaning about managers for a while. I got to say, I'm very anti Allardyce, very anti Allardyce. Not happy at all. Didn't really like Kirbishley, to be perfectly honest with you. Although I met him, he's a really nice man. He comes across on the telly, Kirbishley, doesn't he? Like very dour and all the rest of it. But actually, you meet him in real life, he's actually a really good laugh, Kirbishley. But as a manager, I didn't really like what he did with West Ham. Didn't like Allardyce at all. Did you see him on Talk Sport the other day? Who does he think he is? He's having a go at that Moose. Oh, the West Ham way, the West Ham way. What's the West Ham way? And then, bear in mind, he's a guest on a radio station, Allardyce. He's got the audacity to tell the radio station, don't put him on when I'm on. Basically saying to Moose, who's been a reporter, who is a full-time paid reporter for Talk Sport, the guest on the panel turns around and starts specifying who Talk Sport, what employees Talk Sport can put on their own channel. I can't stand the bloke. Never have done. But anyway, sorry. Pellegrini. Moyes. We've been doing this YouTube stuff long enough for you to know my opinions on Moyes. I thought Bilic lost it a little bit towards the end. So you can't, in my situation, you can't whinge about the managers for years and years and years, and then when you get one that you want, moan about it. And listen, I did not want Pellegrini. He was not in my top 10, I said that. But I did want someone that was going to take the cup seriously and was going to have us playing football on the deck. And we do. I just wanted us to attack. All right, we went out in a cup against Spurs, but I thought he's put out almost as strong a team as he could. I would have just preferred him to have stuck with Balbuena and Dewberry Watson and Diop at the back. That's what I'd prefer. I didn't want to say, but I think he takes cup seriously, and I think we're going to go for the FA Cup. I really do, and we play attacking football, so I'm prepared to give him the length of his contract. I'd stick with him. I like Pellegrini, and I think he'll get it right. Well, it doesn't mean on individual games we can't have a little moan up. I mean, it was disappointing that there was a lack of effort today, but that's isolated. Hope that answers your question, mate. Hello, Andy. Glad you're well, mate. Where are we going? Thank you, Victor. Thank you, Victor. I'm trying, mate. To be fair, it's easy now because I'm just chatting to the live chat. But I'm glad I got the videos in earlier. And now I know that technology works. I can start to do a lot more. I can start to learn it, bring in other little bits and pieces and other video clips and stuff like that, and hopefully build a better, more interactive show for you. We've had a lovely thing actually for the last game against Burnley. I think it's called the Iron Hammer on Twitter. We rescued a cat last night, funny enough, but he's got a really good seat in block 112, and he took some really nice footage from the game. And what's nice is I'm going to be able to do these shows. He says he's going to send me some footage. I'll be able to include some sort of game footage taken from within the crowd when I do these shows. So we can do lots of different things and hopefully just make a better show that we can all enjoy. Anyway, excuse me, I'm not doing a very good job at reading and sort of talking. So I'm going to finish very, very soon. I'll just read out the last of these comments. What do I think on the Nasri link? I'll tell you what, Victor, I'm going to deal with that in a cup of tea with Gio on was it Tuesday, Wednesday? Don't know. We got a children's parents' evening this week at the school, so whatever evening I don't do that, we'll do a cup of tea. Jake Humphrey of BT Sport asked Twitter for questions to ask Big Sam. Someone asked, what does he prefer, a Toby Odefireworld or Toby Carvery. That's good. I like it. I like it. I bet he goes for the big plate at a Toby Carvery. Those days are gone for me. Bonzo Button would want Nasri at our club. His wages would be a waste. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, my friend. Hi, Gonzo. Do you think the left back is needed? More say than another forward. I've always found this a strange one. We got 2 left backs. Do we need 3 left backs? I do feel he will get round to it. Do we need another forward? I guess we do. Andy Carroll's probably not going to stick around. Even if he does, he's going to fit in Pellegrini's system. Chicharito, let's be fair, he scored in the last game. Scored a very, very good goal. And in this game, he almost scored. So, but again, is he going to be around at the end of the season? Probably worth doing. I'd like to see how the young lad, Silva, gets on in the reserves. He's been, for the under-23, sorry, he's been injured. He's just come back. He looks really good. Maybe he'll get a chance. I love that about Pellegrini as well, going back to what old school Paul was asking. I love the fact that he gives young players a chance. Another thing I asked for, and that's why he's going to get all the leeway in the world from me. What else have we got? Why not do some reaction videos outside the ground? We have so much to do, Gary, on a match. So, you know, I've seen you. I bumped into you, mate. Don't know, outside the ground. We have to get down the boats. We've got 2 videos to do on the boats. I usually have a vlog to process. We could just have so much. The old West Ham Fan TV boys do such hard work. I mean, it's hard work. It takes a long, long time to produce these things. Whilst I'm going on about me doing this video and learning this technology, I won't lie to you, this technology will help me out once I master it, because it means I don't have to edit and upload as many videos if I can include them live. Once I switch this off, I can flip the lid down on the laptop and go and enjoy the rest of my evening. Doing the videos does take up a lot of time, and those West Ham Fan TV boys, you know, they do a lot, they put a lot into it. I've seen Dan Lawless so many times. Dan Lawless is, I've always got a ton of equipment on my back on match day going to and from the boats, and you know, I always see Dan, he's got laptops and memory cards and cameras. It's hard work, mate. And anyway, that's their thing. As Gio always used to say, you know, we're almost known as the webcam people, if you like, which sounds a bit saucy, doesn't it? So, you know, that's their thing. You know, they'll do that, we'll do this, and you know, we'll do bits from the boats, and that's all good. That's all good. But that's why. But if anyone wants to give their reaction, they're always welcome to come down the boats and do it on there. But it's just hard to lug all that gear around. What else have we got? Tony Leverborough. Hello, Tony. You're right, mate. And enjoy the chicken, says Tom. I will. I don't know if it's been spiced up or if it's a plain bit of chicken. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, without the carbs, it's a lot of veg. I think I have to have a bit of gravy or something with it. Do you know what I mean? To make the veg a bit more interesting. Cheers, Gonzo. By the way, has Gio got his Spice Girls ticket? Yeah, he has, mate. He's been waiting outside Sporty Spice's house all week, waiting for an autograph. But she's moved. She's moved. Don't tell him. I hope there's not been too much sound interference. I've had to keep my mic. I'll show you. That's my little mic. Can you see that? I've had to keep it sort of away because what happens is it creates a buzzing sound on the laptop. Because the laptop's working so hard to do all this stuff, so I'm trying to keep so you don't get that much interference. So I do apologise. Some of the sound has been a bit rubbish. Actually, I got to apologise for that video the other day that we did. The sound was awful, and it was awful. I was a little bit. So you know, some people said it was a little bit too much like a 30-minute advert. I apologise for that. I'll make it a little bit more natural next time. What else we got? Favourite channels on YouTube? Oh, thank you, James. Thank you very much. I thought you were asking me for mine. What else we got? Are we playing well? Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there, Tom. Thank you. Some lovely comments. Thank you very much. Tony said, it's more like outside Old Spice's house. I like a bit of Old Spice, bit of Old Spice. Actually, I got my mother-in-law got me some David Beckham aftershave for last Christmas. That's what I said. Yeah. If you want to know why on match day I smell like Beckham, that's why. And I've not spent money on aftershave for years. People just buy it for me, and that's that. Has anyone ever fallen into the river on the boats? I tell you what, someone, mate Tim, aka Newmarket, who's been on a couple of the videos, he nearly did. I mean, one leg went in, and we've got Pennywise, who's also on the forum. I think one of his legs went in. A couple of them have nearly fallen in. No, I'm not, Andy. I'm not answering that. Thank you very much. Ian, thank you. Listen, I'm going to wrap it up now, as we're just... my tummy's rumbling. we've said all there is to say. What I will say is we have a review. We got Frankie did a review on... he did a review last week after the Burnley game. If you look on it, it's I think it just says Frankie and there's a picture of him. He's already edited his review today, so I'll probably put that up tomorrow because there's a lot to watch today. So please do keep click on the channel. I mean, anybody that's watching this is obviously on the channel anyway. But give Frankie's video a watch. He's going to put a lot of time in editing it. He's going to be doing a regular review for us. He's a lot younger and smoother than me. So he's going to be doing a regular review for us, which is nice. As many perspectives as we can possibly get. Old school Paul. There's no what. I hate it when pop-ups come up. Why does that keep happening? Anyway, not you. It's a separate thing. 'Cause it's on my laptop. Paul. Yeah. Listen, it's not a WhatsApp addy. A WhatsApp is not a WhatsApp address. It's we got to add. You need your phone number. I'll add you to the WhatsApp group. But for obvious reasons, I'm not giving my phone number out over the internet, mate. But obviously, you're cool. We'll sort it out. Just get in touch by the normal methods. Tony, thank you. Tom, thank you. Everyone who sent videos in, and everyone that's joined in on the chat. It's nice. It's nice. Enjoy the rest of your evening. If you've hopefully enjoy your yes, you've probably already eaten, haven't you? 7:45. Bit late for all that. We'll have to knock up an intro for him. Connor, is that you? Is that you? Spiffing Band, is that your brand? Is that you, Connor? I didn't know it was you all this time. It is him. All this time, and Connor Matthews in there. That's Connor. Connor in the chat is the guy that does our artwork. You see that lovely thing? What do you call it? Thumbnail. The lovely thumbnail on the videos. That's Connor does that. He does our artwork. He's done a little intro for mine and Gio's little Premier League show. He's good. He's good as gold, Connor. It is you. I know it. I've sussed it out now. I didn't realise, mate. Sorry. It's me. He said it's me. Thank you. He does a lot of work. So I'll tell you now, before I go, there's a lot of people at Hammers Chat do a lot of work behind the scenes. People do blogs on the website. Go on the website. Go on hammerschat.com. Go and click on the blogs. You know, there's good opinions on there. There's people take a lot of time to write that stuff. Connor puts in so much work into doing a lot of our graphics and a lot of the stuff. There's a lot of work goes into these things. It's easy for me. I just sit here pushing buttons and talking a load of rubbish until my dinner's ready. Speaking of which, Andy has just had a Chinese and Gary has had a lovely roast chicken dinner with special gravy. Lovely. Grand perspective. He's just had an Indian. Wow. Very nice. Right, I'm even more hungry than I was. Right, the only thing I've got to do is work out how to end this stream. How long have I been going for? 31 minutes. 32 minutes. Not bad, is it? Not bad. Anyway, the big thing is it's worked. It's worked. Thank you for your company. Enjoy the rest of your weekends. And we'll see you in a week. Don't forget, there's 2 channels. Subscribe to both. We'll see you on the main channel for... it won't be a preview, will there? Man City next, but we won't be doing it because it's into boring old international week. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll come on here and I will do, on this channel, I will do the fantasy football one. We got prizes. I saw Tim from... King Apparel. Mind, we've got prizes to give away because we've got various winners on that as well, and we'll talk through the fantasy football team. I don't even know the scores from today. I don't know how I'm doing at all. Thank you everyone, thank you one and all. Sorry if you're still posting the chat. I've had to click off it so I can end this stream on a separate window. Loads of windows. Anyway, be good. It's been nice, been alright, innit? Been alright. Take care. See you later.